Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miist back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video. Going to be talking about every movie I watched last week. I had a pretty solid week, watched about 17 movies. Yeah, let's get into it. Starting it off with my least favorite watch of the week, which was Fantastic Four 2015, which was not a fun time at all. Really didn't have a good time rewatching this, although, yeah, and that's another thing. This is the second time I've seen this movie. Truthfully, there was a couple times during this movie I'm like, you know what? It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. And there was a few parts I, almost enjoyed, too. So, it did go down a couple of points from a 24 to a 21, so I still think it's awful, but, yeah, it's just not good. Let's move on to the Fantastic Four, which is the 90s Fantastic Four, which I'm glad I was finally able to scratch this off my watch list. This is something I've been really wanting to watch this year. I've been waiting for this past week to do it for obvious reasons. And yeah, finally scratched off the watch list, and actually it's not that bad. It's just really cringy more than anything. And it's hard to watch in that manner, I find. But love the suits, love the practical suits, love the practicality of this Fantastic Four as well. Although, again, there's just so many moments where I literally laughed out loud just because how silly the dialogue was, how cringy it was, how campy it was. This is by far some of the campiest, probably the campiest movie I've seen, especially in the superhero film genre. So, yeah. Anyways, it's worth a watch if you've never seen it, I think, but it's nothing great, that's for sure. Let's move on to Queer, which was actually the last of my Luca Guadagnino movies that I wanted to watch. And I mean, he does have another movie coming out this year, I believe, but yeah, this was the last to scratch off the watch list. And truthfully, I didn't enjoy this movie. I see a lot of people do enjoy this movie. I did not. I didn't find this movie interesting at any point throughout. And as someone who really loves Daniel Craig and the work that he's done post-Bond especially, I've really fallen in love with Daniel Craig post-Bond. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really enjoy this movie. And then the third act, the last half an hour, really, 40 minutes, it takes quite a turn, and it definitely loses some people, and it loses me even more so, to be honest. If it wasn't so well made with tremendous acting performances and seriously good cinematography, I don't think it would be ranked or rated as highly as it is in my case. 33 out of 100. Like I said, didn't enjoy it. So let's move on to Trainwreck PI Moms. Keeping up with the Trainwreck series. This is now my least favorite. For when this series started, they were really good. The past couple haven't been great because they're just kind of uninteresting. There's probably much better things that we could be focusing these episodes on, but whatever. That's alright. 45 out of 100. Let's move on to Dumbo, the live-action remake, which is something I have been wanting to watch since I watched the original animated one a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I'm not really a big fan of Tim Burton movies. Not really a fan of this movie either. Ranked at a 59 out of 100. It was okay, and typically I'm kind of the type of person that thinks when there is a live action remake, it should just be a copy and paste. I'm glad it wasn't, because I don't like the original Dumbo. It sucks. So yeah, kind of glad that it was different, although it's still, again, just not great. And the theme about this movie being from the biggest company in the world is kind of silly if you dig deep enough. But yeah, 59 out of 100. Let's move on to Murder on the Orient Express, the original, I believe, directed by Sidney Lumet, which is one of my goals of the year, to get through his filmography. And this was a decent movie. I felt like it was a little bit harder to follow than I would have liked. Not that it was even a challenge to follow. I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't that intrigued at some points. And to be honest, I really do enjoy the Kenneth Branagh Hercule Poirot adaptations. So this kind of just is fine. You know, I like it's decent, and to be honest, I enjoy the remakes more. So yeah, it was decent. Ranked at a 60 out of 100. Let's move on to The Lovely Bones, which I finished my goal for Peter Jackson movies this week as well, which I was pretty happy to do. And this was one of the movies I had to scratch off the watch list. I ranked it a 62 out of 100. This is a movie that, honestly, I had no expectations heading into it because I'd never heard of it. And the first half an hour of this movie was really, really great. I thought it was going to turn out to be one of my favorite watches of the week, and maybe even one of my favorite watches of the month, because the first 30 to 35, 40 minutes was really, really great. Stanley Tucci and Saoirse Ronan were really, really great. Just everything that happened in the first act was amazing, and it just kind of got worse and worse after that. And yeah, I don't know, the spiritual sci-fi scenes didn't really do anything for me either, so that kind of sucked. And it definitely, like I said, I felt like it just got worse and worse as time went on. So yeah, ranked it a 62 out of 100. It was decent. Well, let's move on to another theme of the week, which was The Hobbit and the Battle of the Five Armies, which was my least favorite of the Hobbit trilogy, as well as the Lord of the Rings series. Now, I haven't seen Rohirrim yet, but hopefully we'll do that in the next coming weeks. Yeah, rank this as 69 out of 100. This is definitely my least favorite, like I mentioned. It's an epic, no doubt, but to be honest, the way that the Desolation of Smaug ends and the way that this starts, I really just wish the Desolation of Smaug ended with the start of this movie, because it would have been even better, to be honest. And honestly, yeah, that was kind of the highest point of this movie. And we'll talk about Desolation of Smaug in a minute. But yeah, ranked at a 69 out of 100. The only one to get a 3-star of the series. So let's move on to Happy Gilmore 2, which Mel and I watched tonight. We just finished not long ago. And ranked at a 71 out of 100. We both enjoyed this. To no one's surprise, I don't think. I know a lot of people are not loving this movie. I've been seeing a lot of half-star rankings, 1-star rankings, but yeah, I know this movie's psychotic and crazy, but Mel and I like Adam Sandler, and we're not afraid to admit that we like his movies as well. This is a good movie. Is it a great movie? No. Is it even a good movie? Probably not, but it's funny. We had a good time with it. We enjoyed it. We enjoyed the cameos as well. It was a fun time to watch more than anything, and in my opinion, that's what matters. So, like I said, we both enjoyed it. Ranked it a 71 out of 100. Yeah. Let's move on to The Desolation of Smaug, or Smaug, depending on who says it. This was really awesome. Honestly, this movie, I ranked The Desolation of Smaug and An Unexpected Journey a 72 out of 100. Honestly, they're kind of interchangeable, but I have been thinking about Desolation of Smaug more, so I think I might actually raise it a point to a 73, just so it is actually higher than An Unexpected Journey. Anyways, Desolation of Smaug, I really enjoyed, especially the ending of this movie. The ending of this movie with Smaug was amazing. It's probably one of my favorite endings of the 6 movies. And Smaug is an absolutely terrifying but awesome villain. Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing as the voice, and he looks incredible as well. Obviously, CGI looks fantastic, and yeah, I mean, I loved the end. Like, I quoted the end. I am fire, I am death. It's just so good. It's so good. Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to revisit Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit at some point, and because I think these are movies that I'll just like more and more over time, especially Lord of the Rings. So, yeah, 72 out of 100. Let's move on to An Unexpected Journey, which, like I said, I also ranked a 72 out of 100, but I think I might keep that here and move up Desolation of Smaug. But, yeah, there was some stuff I really enjoyed in this movie, and then the rest of this movie was just kind of chill. I really enjoyed the second act with the rock giants and the golem. All of the golem stuff was really awesome, and I found myself not really enjoying the golem stuff in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So that was kind of a nice surprise. I really, really enjoyed the golem stuff here in An Unexpected Journey. So that was kind of a nice surprise, like I said. Azog the Defiler is a cool villain as well. I really like these two villains of Smog and Azog in these first two movies. Really enjoy both of them. They're both great villains. So, yeah, 72 out of 100. Let's move on to another theme of the week, which was Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I ranked at 74 out of 100. This is childhood nostalgia for me. This is one of the most iconic movies of my childhood, and perhaps I'm a little biased about both of these movies. But yeah, I love these movies. And I'm glad I was able to show Mel these movies because she's never seen a Fantastic Four movie until this past week. And yeah, I just had a great time revisiting these. I really love these movies. Ranked The Rise of Silver Surfer a 74 out of 100. Let's move on to King Kong, another Peter Jackson movie I needed to watch, which I ranked a 76 out of 100. This is definitely an epic remake of the original King Kong, but it really doesn't hold a torch. The original is so good. I don't think this movie needs to be as long as it is. And I did see some complaints where this is just overly long for no reason, which whatever, some movies are longer than others, obviously. I enjoyed this nonetheless. Ranked it at 76 out of 100. Let's move on to Fantastic Four, the 2005 one, which I really, really enjoyed. I had a great time with this movie. I actually raised it, I think a couple of points. I think I had it like a 76 out of 100. Moved it up to an 82 or something around that. So up to the 4-star, which is vibes, honestly. And again, this is just another childhood staple of mine. Yeah, again, I might be a little biased, but love these movies. Ranked at an 82 out of 100. Let's move on to Happy Gilmore, yet another iconic movie. Got to show Mel this for the first time as well. She'd never seen it, same as Fantastic Four. And we watched both Happy Gilmores tonight. We both had a good time with both of them. Mel ended up ranking the first one a 5-star, which is awesome. So I'm glad she enjoyed it. She really enjoyed it. It's really funny. And again, I personally like Adam Sandler movies. We both do. We love his comedy. So it's not surprising. We love these movies as much as we do. Ranked it an 86 out of 100. Shooter. My guy's Shooter. Alright, let's move on to my favorite watch of the week, which was Fantastic Four First Steps, which I seen Thursday and Friday night. And I'm just going to read my review for Thursday's showing, because I think you'll kind of get a good grasp of how I feel. So, absolutely crazy to me that people feel like this is lifeless and hopeless while comparing this to Superman 2025, while I'm literally in the exact opposite boat. I went into this movie with lower expectations and I found myself emotionally invested and hopeful within this movie. This movie is so beyond better than Superman and any iteration of the Fantastic Four we've seen. My prediction... Spoilers coming. My prediction for this movie was always that this Fantastic Four team was from another planet/universe, and that it would be destroyed by Galactus, which is why they showed up in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene in our MCU universe. My new prediction is that they actually sent Galactus and Silver Surfer, to our MCU Earth 616 or 199999, and that's why they pull up, and of course that's where we'll see them again, and of course Doom as well. I think with that 4-year time jump as well, we'll see Galactus much larger and much more of a threat. Probably same thing with Doom, maybe Silver Surfer as well. Anyways, any movie that shows the beauty of space will undoubtedly be a pleaser to me in some capacity, but yeah, this is one of the best comic book movies we've gotten this decade, in my opinion. Super iconic cameo of the 1994 Fantastic Four. Loved seeing that, especially after just watching it this week. Absolutely love the retro-futuristic vibes. Herbie, Mole Man, Galactus, and Silver Surfer, especially Shala Ball. Baddest bitch ever, by the way. Like, come on, man. Finally, we get to see some of these iconic characters attached to the Fantastic Four. Galactus was so awesome. He genuinely felt like a threat to our heroes that I was convinced he was eating 828. Ralph Ineson is literally probably the best voice you could have gotten for Galactus, so that's a major W. The space in this movie looked amazing. Everyone was great, and really my only gripes with this movie is that my prediction didn't come to fruition. And like all Fantastic Four movies, it's not long enough, and I fucking hate CGI babies. I don't know why we keep doing CGI babies. Did the Flash 2023 teach you nothing? As a big Flash defender. 94 out of 100, 300th movie ever with Mel, as we're about to celebrate our 2-year anniversary, so that's awesome. Anyways, yeah, I really loved this movie opening night, or I guess pre-opening night on the Thursday, and this was, I had so much fun with this movie. Again, space looked amazing. These characters are amazing. I think it's actually very well casted, especially Ebon and Vanessa. Both of them are just fantastic. I think those are definitely the best castings, but yeah, these are super comic accurate depictions of the Fantastic Four, which I really enjoy. And Galactus was awesome, and I no doubt in my mind that's not the last time we're seeing Galactus, so I'm hoping we'll see more of him at least. But yeah, let me just read my review for the following night on Friday. I'm so jealous a rock can grow a better beard than me. Fantastic Four, bomb. Ranked it a 95 out of 100. So I actually raised it to a 95 out of 100. And yeah, I mean, this is a great way to kick off Phase 6. And honestly, I have really high hopes for Phase 6 now because I don't even know. I think there might only be 4 movies in Phase 6 because we have Fantastic Four, then we have Spider-Man Brand New Day, Avengers Doomsday, and Avengers Secret Wars. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited to see what's going to happen over the next couple years. And 1 year from now, we'll see Brand New Day, and then a few months after that, we'll see Doomsday. So looking forward to that. Anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.